Now let's talk about how you can secure your website from file upload vulnerabilities. The main thing to keep in mind is that never allow people to upload executables. There shouldn't be a need for you to allow people to upload executables really. So stuff like PHP, bash scripts, executables like exe, com, all these files, you should never allow people to upload them because there is a high possibility that these files could harm your server. The second thing is you need to check that the file type is what you want, is what you're expecting, and check the extension at the same time. So when we were checking with our tests in the previous videos, at the low security level, obviously there was no checks. At the medium security level, there was checking for only the file type. And at the high security level, they were checking for the extension only. So what you want to do really is never allow executables. Make sure the uploaded file is what you're expecting. So if you're uploading an image, make sure that the file type is an image and the extension is an image extension. So it's a JPEG or a PNG or any other image type only. And once you do these two checks, so that and that, make sure that you recreate the uploaded file. So you check that the file is an image and you check that the extension is an image extension. Then analyze the file using some sort of a library. So depending on the programming language you're using on your server, make sure that you pass this file to a library and analyze its content and recreate the file to suit your website. Now, this is actually a good step anyway, because since you're displaying this on your website, you want to make sure that the images aren't too big and that they are optimized for web applications. So it's a good thing for your website to run faster, and it's also a good thing to make sure that this image is actually an image and it's not a harmful file. So let's just have a look on the source code. Now, I know I always say we're doing black box testing, but we're talking about the security now, so you actually have to see the source code to see how you can secure it. So I'm just going to set the security level to medium because the load just doesn't really check anything. So we're just going to go with the medium for now. And we're going to go on the upload. And I'm going to view the source. So as you can see now in the medium, it's only checking if the uploaded file type is an image. Now, I don't want to get into too much details about coding because this isn't a coding course. We're only talking about how you secure yourself and about penetration testing. So I have to cover the security part. So we're going to talk about the concepts, but not the actual code that you need to use, because you could be using a different programming language. So in here, they're using PHP. And what they're doing is they have just a simple if statement, and they're checking if the uploaded file type is an image. So we've seen how we can bypass this easily by uploading an image and then changing the extension by renaming our shell to .jpg, which will be accepted as an image, and then we'll just rename it as it's being uploaded to a PHP file. Now, if we set this to high security level, and we go back to the upload and have a look at the source code, you can see that what they're doing here, they're checking that the extension is a JPG or a JPEG, and then you can upload the picture. So they're not checking for the file type this time. So as I said, you need to check for both. Now, in the new versions of DVWA, it actually has an extra security setting called Impossible. And what that is, it basically just shows you the right implementation of each one of these pages. So it's actually can't be hacked. It's the right way to do it. The DVWA version that comes in with Metasploitable doesn't have that security setting, but we don't really need to use it anyway. We just need to see the code. So I have it here on GitHub. And the right way to implement this is, if we look at this, is the same if statement. And basically what they're checking is they check the extension is an image extension. So it's a JPEG or JPEG or PNG. So that's all good. So it has to be one of these things. And it has to be of an image type. So it has to be of type image JPEG or image PNG. And it doesn't stop at that. It actually checks the sizes, but that's okay. What it also does, which I was speaking about, which is recreating the image itself. So what they're doing is they're stripping the metadata of the image, and they're using a library Actually, they're not using that library, but you should be using that library, which is called PHP Imagic or whatever. There's similar libraries for Python and Ruby and all of that. To basically what they do is they recreate another image from the uploaded image. Once they do that, they actually delete and destroy the old image and use the new image with a new name. So they create a new image from the old image, they rename it, and then they use that image. So they do three things. You need to check for the extension, check for the file type, recreate the image itself. That way, even if a person tries to upload a bad file or a malicious file, then you'll be able to protect your web application and your server from that file. So even if they manage to upload the file, then the file will be destroyed because of the recreation process.